having a bad day, boys.
I want to know why.
Okay.
Yeah, well, tell us about your one bad day.
One bad day.
So you know how I walked to go get my car?
Yeah.
First, here's how much I hate myself. I got I got 3/4 of the way there.
You forgot your keys.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And then on top of that, so I was like, oh no, that means like I have to like literally run to get back to the podcast on time. And while I was running, I dropped.
Come on, Anthony.
I'm going to be ready for the next one.
While I was running, I dropped my bag of weed.
Oh, man.
And it like all fell out or what?
Like, I don't even know where it went.
Oh.
Really? You can't just retrace your steps?
I mean, I can. There wasn't a lot there. It was only like a gram, but
But it was the only weed you had, I'm assuming.
I found one roach.
I was hoping it was going to be worse than that.
Oh, well, eat shit, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's an inconvenient day, maybe not a bad day.
Yeah, right?
It's a bad day for me.
I hear it in your voice. It really does sound like it was one of the worst days of your life.
I'm feeling sad. I did take an edible, though, to make up for not having weed to smoke.
Oh, so I'll definitely have that sound on cue, Jake. Don't worry.
What's the sound?
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry about it. You'll see.
You'll know when you hear it.
I hate you guys.
I feel like you're bringing the Crossjack energy to the episode, Cody.
I was thinking the same thing. Also, I think there's no
I thought
better.
we decided that Cody is, what's his name?
Hodag. You're right.
Hodag.
Without question, Cody is Hodag. We're never taking that away from him.
Oh, God.
But your story, and I don't know, you're giving local man energy right now.
Nice.
Oh, local man. I feel like you are the Crossjack of Morgantown.
Yeah. A guy past his prime. Everybody knows him. Most people hate him.
People just drive around. Fuck you, Cody.
Also, I think another person that was having big local man energy, the guy who assassinated the CEO of United.
Yeah. Dude, hold on. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
We got it,
because it's pretty. So, also, I'm seeing like, I guess they released pictures of the alleged shooter from like security camera footage, and everyone's like, "Damn, he's hot."
Yeah.
Like so many girls are like, "Oh wow, he's actually kind of hot." And then, but I've just been reading all these articles. I read like 2 today, one from Washington Post and the other one from New York Times, and it's like, oh, what a sick world we live in where people are celebrating this man's death. And it's like, I think you guys are kind of like missing what's actually being like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, like, also, like, it doesn't matter. They're just going to replace him with another CEO. So I get that. Like, in a way, it was a pointless thing, but it's like, it tells you a lot that, like, we're kind of just like fed up, man.
Yeah, society.
The average American is fed up to the point where, like, yeah, this is what they do.
Yeah, and isn't Washington Post now owned by Amazon or something like that?
Jeff Bezos owns Washington Post, yeah.
Oh, he does, see?
Yeah, so makes sense that they would put out a lame-ass piece like that.
Right, it's basically rich people saying, hey, what, you shouldn't be doing this to rich people.
Yeah,
Come on, guys.
yeah.
There's other ways to solve your problems when we're trying to kill you. Come on.
No,
I mean, like, if that's what it takes to have to get people to, like, act right, then so be it.
Yeah, man. I think we should have more dead CEOs.
It sounds like a fuck around and find out.
Exactly. It sounds it's almost like a V for Vendetta shit. Like,
For sure.
we outnumber these people a lot. We shouldn't be afraid of them.
Exactly. They shouldn't be ruining our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Killing is wrong, but hey, I'm not shedding any tears over this dude. That's for sure.
I don't think killing. I'm gonna just outright say I don't think killing this man was wrong. I don't think this man's death was wrong. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, he's got a wife and kids. They're set for life. You know what I mean? And if his home life is anything like the way he ran healthcare, then he probably wasn't a good father and husband, you know?
I mean, he's by no means innocent, that's for sure.
Is anyone innocent?
Ooh.
Is local man
I
innocent?
think that's the question we have to exactly. even our heroes are not innocent.
Yeah.
No.
I think this book
Guess not.
teaches us that much.
And you guys already know what it is. Welcome to another episode of Comics and Chronic. It's me, Cody Cannon, with Anthony Iannaccio and Jake FH, and we're talking Tim Seeley and shit. I hate you so much. Who's the artist?
Tony Fleecs.
Tony
Fleecs.
Fleecs.
We had him on the
Please.
podcast,
We
dude.
interviewed him.
I know. I just
We interviewed Tim Seeley too back in the
we
day.
did.
yeah, we've got them both.
Go check out those episodes.
Yeah,
For real. We should get them both back on at the same time. I think that would be fun.
We
I
should.
think we should do it when they release the final volume of Local.
They
Man.
just did, actually. That's
Wait.
the thing. So
Oh,
volume
really?
3, it was a surprise ending. Maybe they'll do more, but the way they ended it, and I don't know what happens. I've only read this second volume that we're up to the second volume that we're talking about. But volume 3 is like, so this is what, issues 6 to 9, but it also has Local Man Gold.
Yeah.
And then volume 3 has 10 to 13, but then issue 25. So it just jumps ahead into the future.
That's great.
And just kind of shows you, I don't know what happens. I don't know how that works, but it kind of surprise ended sort of like The Walking Dead did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, The Walking Dead. See, I read it when it had already been like done, but when I finished it, it does time jump a lot.
Yeah. And then it just ends
And then
at
it
like
just
issue
ends,
147. You know, it doesn't even like get to 150 or something like that.
I feel like Invincible kind of does the same thing though.
But in the sense that you probably knew it was going to be, I wasn't reading Invincible at the time, but they probably said this is the finale issue. Where Walking Dead, when it came out, people read it and they're like, oh shit, this is the end of The Walking Dead.
True. I just meant like the time jump because Invincible does a time jump too. In the
Oh yeah, you're right. Dude, we got to do an Invincible episode.
I love
I finished the whole thing, so
I've never
we should
read
talk
it.
about it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
We also need to do a Walking Dead episode. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised
yeah.
we haven't even covered one issue of that.
We should.
We
We
gotta do
should.
one,
Yeah, we
dude.
got to pick a certain number of issues. I have them all.
I say we just cover the first compendium.
Ooh, okay. I have that.
Damn. I have all The Walking Dead, but they're in New York.
Gotcha. So maybe come October, we'll do Walking Dead.
Ooh, that's a good spooky season.
Maybe even
Yeah.
we do like the whole month Walking Dead. That's a
Oh,
possibility. No,
shit. Yeah.
no,
Cody-
too much.
Cody
Cody,
doesn't like
too much Walking Dead.
If I'm being honest, I know they're not like the same, but I've only read the first, I think, like 2 volumes of The Walking Dead, and I liked it, but I hate the show with such a passion that like it's, and I know they're very different. Like I know
They
after the first season, right? They kind of just
It doesn't even follow like the same
Not at all, yeah.
story after a while.
yeah.
The comics are way better. There's a reason
Comics are
why
way
they went
better.
on for so long and people like them. It's
Mhm.
and in the compendiums, like you never really know when an issue ends. Like sometimes you do, but like they don't really ever say this is the next issue. It just keeps going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
Which is what I like
Nice.
about The Walking Dead. It feels like it goes on forever, and it kind of does.
It kinda
That's why
does,
when it
yeah.
ended right away, you're like, holy shit.
There's like
what
20
happened?
something volumes of it.
There's so many,
There's
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
So yeah, I was kind of like, holy shit, Local Man, only 3 volumes. Okay.
That's
so
crazy.
it makes me excited to read the next one, but this one was great. I really liked it.
I did too, honestly.
I would say that, I mean, it just ended, but Local Man's was one of my favorite, like, modern series.
Agreed.
Especially within the superhero genre.
Yeah, it does something different. By the way, if you didn't realize, like we do have an episode on the first volume of Local Man. Anytime we do a second volume, already know we already covered the first volume sometime
Yeah,
in
guys,
the past.
we're not stupid.
Oh.
But when Local Man Volume 1 came out, that was one of my favorite reads of the year. So same thing with this one.
It was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, same. Because I feel like whenever you see somebody is doing a new superhero, like creating a new superhero story and universe, it's hard to imagine it's going to be as creative and different, like unique as this one was, while still like tackling a lot of same tropes done by superhero comics.
Right. But in a way that always feels different and fresh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, here's a great example of that. There's a cult in the woods, right? And that happens a lot in comics, but there's this dude
Oh yeah.
Named Coochie Poo. That's the name of the cult leader dude. And he has a line in it. And I was like, would this be Cody or Jake? And I'm going to give it to Jake since we already gave Crossjack Cody. Because he shows that he has a bunch of stars, a bunch of hearts on his chest. And he says, there's one of these for everybody whose ass I ate at Coachella 2012. I was going for a world record. What a great line.
Dude, I love when he doses Crossjack with acid.
That issue was amazing.
With mushroom tea, yeah.
Mushroom tea, yeah. That issue was great.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I love that he he's like, that's my superpower, and then he comes to find out that he just doesn't have one.
Oh, the cult leader dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But on shrooms, Crossjack realizes his power is basically like Hawkeye or Bullseye, you want to say, because Hawkeye doesn't have powers, but he's really good. Like whatever he has he's gonna throw it, he's gonna shoot it. Besides a bow and arrow, it's gonna hit its target. But then he realizes like he could always find his target in this volume. It's like he's the can't miss kid, he keeps calling himself.
Yeah.
Like whatever path he's on is the right path, apparently. Like he's a detective, there's noir in this story too, which makes it really cool.
True.
And he's finding out what's happening, like, and reaching the target. And the whole time he's tripping, like he's talking and then he sees the speech bubbles and he's grabbing them. That was so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, this volume is so good. I liked it. A lot of times, like, I feel like the second volume isn't going to have quite the oomph that the first does. But this one delivers in spades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I also like that they developed the girlfriend's background story more.
Inga.
Yeah.
So in the first volume, the backup stories were all like drawn in a different style of Image comics from back in the day, and it gives you some of Crossjack's past, like a random issue of what his team up book would have been back in the day, whatever team he was on, 4th gen or whatever it's called, 3rd gen.
Yeah.
And this one, the backup it's more like you're reading an indie comic of Inga's life.
Yeah.
I really like that. That was so cool. The art style and that was really cool.
Yeah, no, this is a really like creative. I feel like this one, I don't know. Fuck, I'm high. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. I just like her backstory. I like that she's kind of like a villain-esque.
Oh, she is. For sure, she's a villain.
I know, but it makes me sad because I like his dad. His dad is
Oh, yeah. She poisoned him.
I know. What a bitch.
She what?
Come on,
Poisoned,
Inga. She poisons.
local man's dad.
Wait, does he die?
At the end, he
End,
dies.
he dies.
He's on the floor.
Yeah, I forgot.
Because of
about
Inga
that.
gave him like a cookie or a muffin or something.
Yeah, it was a muffin.
Yeah.
And the whole time he was working with her, he just worked he gave her
The
food
restaurant.
for free that he grew.
Yeah. Fuck her.
Yeah, but the thing is that Crossjack's parents are pretty, like, he has a bad relationship with them and they're kind of shitty to him too. Like,
Yeah, they're like typical like
old-fashioned,
Christian, old-fashioned like hard
Yeah.
Christian. Like there's no way to redeem yourself in their eyes once they see that you've, I don't know, gone astray.
Yeah.
Especially with his sin of fucking the Crusader's wife.
Do they know that he did that?
I think everybody does, don't they?
I think the parents do know. I think that's why they're ashamed of it.
Yeah, I think the whole community does. I think like the world does.
All right, that's why he was shamed. Everyone knew. That's why he was kicked off the team. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And yeah, so a quick recap of the first volume. There's the dude Camo Crusader who runs the big superhero team, and there's a whole plot with him. There's this like there's a serial killer going around killing other supes. And that brings Camo Crusader in, who fucking hates Crossjack. They both hate each other. But then there's like this whole plot going on underneath that with Inga and Camo Crusader. Like she's in cahoots with him, which you don't realize.
But who's she
Until-
work for? Because she's not even like the head honcho.
Yeah, she's
Right.
working for someone also.
So there's like 2 secret investors that she's working with. And at the end, you find out one of them, of this volume, you find out Frightside is one of them, who we saw die in the
We saw
first one.
die. Yeah.
So there's some crazy shit going on. But in the first volume, Crossjack kills Camo Crusader. He shoots him with the bow and arrow. And the serial killer that was killing everyone was his son.
Yeah.
Remember the mullet, the dude with the mullet, like in the glasses? Like he was going around killing everyone. And he dies too. He gets shot to death.
By Inga's
Husband. Yeah, the cop. So like Crossjack just kind of clears that up, but yeah, there's a deeper conspiracy going on with Inga, and like we see like these chambers of other heroes like in there, like they're basically prisoner or something's going on.
Yeah.
And that's part of this volume. There's one that escapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the water woman. What was her name?
Seaside, I think is her name.
Got Frightside, Seaside.
Seascape.
Yeah.
Seascape. Dude, there was Seascape. There was the issue where the multiverse issue with the fire guy.
Oh, it starts with Local Man Gold. Yeah.
That one was crazy.
That was awesome. I also am glad that they didn't make the multiverse like a big part of the story.
No, not at all. And the cool thing about it is like, so the villain of it is a guy named Crossfire, who's an amalgam of Crossjack and a dude called the Flame, right? But all the other characters in it, I didn't realize until the end, they're all other Image characters.
That's crazy. I didn't know Image had this whole like pantheon of characters.
Right?
Yeah.
So everyone that was there, even that dude Boof, who was the alien, that's a Todd McFarlane character,
That's
like
so funny.
Shit.
and the whole plot of that is that they need to get this girl that works at a supermarket to fall in love with one of them so the timeline resets. But that's a Tom King comic called Love Everlasting, and that's a character he created.
What?
Yeah.
I would never have known any of this.
That's
Right,
crazy.
but when after the last page, they give you a credits page, and they show you each of the creative teams that are responsible for the characters that you're seeing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't remember who did what.
But that was really cool. I'm just saying, like, it's a crossover you don't expect. Maybe a bunch of people reading it do know. Like, there was a guy, Battle Pope, who's a Robert Kirkman character,
Yeah, I remember Battle Pope.
Battle Pope.
and he was like the leader of the whole squad, actually.
Yeah, it's like the Nick Fury of the squad.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Another reason why Local Man is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I love that whole plot of the... I didn't know that was a Tom King story. Was that...
Yep. It's called Love Everlasting. We should check it out.
Who does the art for it?
I think her name is... Give me 1 second.
The Tommy K special.
The Time and Case special. Is it Char? Fuck. Oh no, I can't say her last name. Charitier? Elsa Charitier. I'm definitely saying her last name wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's called Love Everlasting. It looks pretty cool too. See, like you could recognize her
That does
from,
look cool.
if you had read this, you'd be like, oh, that's her. Because that's her whole plot. Like,
Is it just one volume?
it's like, I think there might be another volume out because this is 5 issues, but there's definitely more single issues. I don't know if there's another trade, but we could at least do 1 volume of it.
Nice. So, Commies, let us know if you want us to cover Love Everlasting.
Yeah, I heard it was great. I mean, again, Tom King, we're big fans of him.
Yeah, but he does have some stinkers.
Yes, we won't let him get a pass for that. I didn't like Heroes in Crisis. That was like the one I didn't like.
Oh, I hated that one, and I hated the Mr. Miracle one.
Oh, you didn't like Mr. Miracle? Interesting.
The art was great, but the story was so
Mitch Gerads, yeah.
stupid. It's just,
I think we should do an episode on Mr. Miracle. I think Cody might like it more.
yeah, I could see that.
Ooh.
I liked it.
I wanted to like it, but I was like, really, you did? Like, what about it? The story made no sense.
I don't know. I read it when it first came out. It was just a cool, interesting series. You're right. I think the art does carry it.
The art carries it a lot.
And that's part of why I really like it. It's still a huge part of the comic. And there's just, I guess it was kind of confusing at some times.
It's incredibly confusing. Go back and reread it and tell me what it's about.
I do like the dark side is thing that comes out of it. Like that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got to give it another read for sure. All right. You're making me doubt how much I liked it, Jake.
Because I bought it. I bought the deluxe hardcover edition
Uh-huh.
because I saw the art and I saw it was Tom King and Mitch Gerads, and I was like, oh, this has to be another banger. And I read it. Like, art gets a 6. The actual story and book, I'd probably give it like a 3.
Oof.
It just makes no sense.
Nice.
The paradoxical nature of the Joe Pesci scale.
But yeah, I feel like the main plot. I mean, maybe I'm not remembering. I feel like the main plot of this book was figuring out who killed the girl and left the body on the porch in this volume.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's this water hero, like we were saying.
We find out that she didn't actually kill her. She was trying to save her.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But she's just, again, part of this fourth gen experiment giving people powers that Inga is running and obviously not doing a good job.
Well, isn't also Inga's like corporate investor people, aren't they building the new headquarters for fourth gen in the town that he's from?
Yeah, it seems like the big plot, unless I'm like making this up for some reason, but they're trying to put superheroes everywhere. Yeah. Where this town especially is like, we don't need them. Like, look what every time, like, people hate Crossjack because it brings trouble when there's heroes and shit like that happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they hate that. I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of the whole thing. Like, would there be a Joker without a Batman, you know?
Yeah.
Or would he just
would
be
there
like,
be Cody?
or would he just be like a normal criminal, you know?
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, that's a big part of the first one too. Going back to Hodag, where they kind of have battles that like they talk about this, where it's just like, you know, I don't think people are really getting hurt or anything, but they're fighting and like it's not like, you know, you have to watch out for dying or anything like that. It's just kind of like they're both from Farmington, they're from the same town, they know each other. Yeah. They just get into fights sometimes. But when Hodag actually dies, it's kind of raising the stakes, and then you're finding out. Then it becomes like, oh shit, there's this big conspiracy with heroes and people. You know, we find out Hodag was fucking lobotomized in the first volume. You know, that's why, you know, he's going nuts. Like, he just doesn't know what's going on anymore. Like, it has all these dark parts of you would read in an Image comic, especially in the 90s, that like DC and Marvel didn't always have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Big facts.
Okay, so because I read this like as soon as I got the volume, we're probably like summer. I remember the gold. I remember the seascape thing, and there was the MAGA guy
at the beginning. Yeah,
yeah. Do you remember that, Jake?
No.
I say he's a MAGA guy, but he's just like a right wing, far right extremist that like goes into the restaurant to shoot it. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
He's a big fan of Camo Crusader.
Yeah, exactly.
He's definitely an incel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he knows somehow that Crossjack shot him in the eye with an arrow. No one should really know that, but this dude knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does
he know it again?
I don't know. I'm assuming maybe Inga tells him. Like, I feel like
because
it
Inga's
was like
the only one who knows. Inga and like whoever she's working with, right?
Right. I think it was Inga because like she knew it was going to happen, but she didn't think it was going to get that violent. You know, I think she gets caught in the crossfire. She doesn't die or anything, but she gets put into a position when that whole shootout is happening. You know. Like Crossjack the way Crossjack kills that guy is that he can never miss. That's his power. And he comes out with a shield, or maybe it's just a trash can lid, something that the bullets ricochet off of his shield, and it kills the dude because he can make the bullets go where they need to, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I love that power. I love that whole...
It's a great power.
I love that whole... the whole plot we were talking about with when he's on mushrooms and he realizes that like not missing even applies like in a metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
It's you're not expecting it. It goes a little deeper than you're definitely expecting.
It's almost like half like bullseye, half domino ability.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like that.
For sure.
I also thought it was funny. He's sexting Inga when he's on shrooms, and she just sends him a picture of pie or something, but he thinks it's like her butthole. Yeah. He sends a dick pic.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then, God, it's so heartbreaking when her husband finds out that he's
a cuck.
Yeah.
That's like the whole thing throughout Local Man. Yeah.
It's to cuck people.
Cuck everybody.
Yeah, dude, he stays cucking.
Once again, Cody, you're Crossjack. You're just further Crossjack. You go from Hodag to Crossjack.
Ooh, the evolution of a Cody. Sorry, the edible just hit me like 2 minutes ago.
You're happy again.
There you are, Cody.
Oh man, dude, I would love to see this made into a show.
Yeah, it would work really well.
Like I think like a Barry-esque humor. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Those are the parts that really hold it up.
Ooh, that would even be a good cast as Local Man. Would be
Bill Hader.
Bill
Bill
Hader.
Hader, that would be
Ooh.
sick.
Especially
Yeah,
if you've
hell yeah.
watched Barry, like that's hard, Local Man.
I remember someone sent us a message on IG a while ago. Someone from New Zealand. I don't know if people in New Zealand are still listening to us, but they were like, "I listen to you all the time," and I love. He had listened to the
Trey?
episode.
Whatever happened to our boy Trey?
I think maybe he was friends with Trey. Yeah, what happened to Trey? Trey, are you out there? Are you listening?
Trey, are you still listening to this? We gotta see if he still follows us. He used to be very active with us.
I know what happened to you, Trey.
Yeah.
But whoever sent us this message was like, I like the episode you guys did about Community because me and Jay covered all 4 seasons in one episode. They were like, you should do a Barry episode. Just do all the seasons in one episode. I was
Wait,
like,
you did a Community episode?
No, we did.
why did I say Community?
What's it called? Atlanta.
Atlanta. I was like,
Sorry.
damn, you guys left me out and didn't even tell me.
No, if we did that, that would be awesome. Community.
If we left you out, it would be awesome.
He's right though. We should just do a Barry episode.
Yeah.
Barry's
I only
finale
watched like the first 4 episodes of Barry.
Dude, the series finale episode is like honestly one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
I watched the first season. I loved it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I need
So
to
I'd
get
be down
around
for
to
Barry.
watching.
Barry.
So Bill Hader as
Bill Hader's
Crossjack. Okay.
Local Man, yeah.
Interesting. In the first episode, Jake, you said Tom Hardy as Local Man.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I would do that anymore.
Bill Hader. Okay.
I wouldn't mind. I was thinking of somebody else who's somebody that's funny. You know what I mean?
Bill Hader's funny.
Yeah, it's got to be Bill.
Who would you cast as Inga?
Ooh,
Inga.
If we're doing Bill Hader, I would say, I would like to bring back Christina Milioti
As
just
Inga.
because she was in the Penguin.
Yeah,
Not
but
bad, but I feel like
isn't Inga like Native American or something?
she's definitely not white.
Yeah, she's definitely not white.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Her name's Inga.
Yeah, well,
I thought she was
feel
like
Inga's not a Native American.
yeah, I think that's I would have
German?
associated that like
Inga?
German sweet.
No, I think that's like
Yeah.
Latino. You guys are fucking bunch of swine.
I kind of I thought she was Latina. That's what I would
That's what
cast
I
a
thought she
Latina
was, too.
actress.
Inga is a Latina name.
Ooh. Okay, is it? I don't know that it is.
Nah, it's Scandinavian.
All right, well, we'll get a Sarsgaard to do it.
You piece of shit. You're like, you guys.
Ever since you guys said that everyone on Schitt's Creek wasn't Canadian, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to do this anymore.
My brother listened to that episode and he's like, dude, he's like, they're all Canadian. He's like, how'd you not know that? I was like, fuck, really?
So funny.
You guys were like, no.
We just hate Canada so much.
Yeah, we forget that people come from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, what about the actress that played Ratcatcher in the Suicide Squad for Inga?
Ooh.
Ooh, I kind
liked
of
her a
like
lot.
that
I
a
like
lot.
that a lot too.
I forget
like
her
her a
name, but
lot.
I liked her a lot.
I think she's going to be in the new Superman movie too because I saw some photo that James Gunn posted.
Oh, as a different character?
Yeah, it's like a different character.
Oh, you know what? What about that's another actress. She's playing someone on The Authority.
Oh, I know
But
you're
she's in
talking
the Superman
about.
movie. She would be a good Inga
Yeah.
based on looks alone.
Oh, I forgot they were making The Authority into a movie.
Yeah, well, they're introducing some of the characters in the Superman movie, and then he's going to do an Authority movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should cover the Authority.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
James Gunn was saying that he's not like building up to a big bad or anything, which is interesting. He's like, I'm just trying to like make a huge universe. So like
That's
that's
fine.
what it seems like in the Superman
I like
movie.
it more.
Yeah. I think that's gonna work.
I think I love the idea of them trying to give each movie a unique feel, and like while they might be in a shared universe, I like that. Like some movies might be horror, some movies might be more comedy,
Right.
some might be Supergirl is going to be a sci-fi adventure read or listen to our Supergirl episode.
Mhm.
First 2 episodes of Creature Commandos is out. I haven't watched it.
I watched them.
Are they good?
Oh, are they good?
I liked them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks like animated Suicide Squad.
Yes.
You don't sound too excited though, Anthony.
I don't think I'm giving it a 6 yet, or I'm ready to give it a 6. But that I didn't think it was bad. I think if you liked the Suicide Squad by James Gunn, you're gonna like this for sure.
Okay.
But it's only 2 episodes so far. So I sat there for 2 episodes. I was like, this is awesome.
Do you
But
like the first 2 episodes more or less than Agatha?
more for sure.
Nice.
More. I never stuck with Agatha. I couldn't.
Yeah,
stick
me and
with
Joey
it.
are going to talk about it next week.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Try to record something,
Nice.
Yeah,
I respect it. Maybe you guys can inspire me to.
maybe.
Or
Yeah,
maybe you'll get me to hate it even more.
possibly.
I'm honestly thrilled to hear a Joey Anthony episode.
Yeah, well, let's try it out.
Nice.
Yeah,
One of our unofficial members of Comics and Chronics.
It's true.
yeah.
I mean, unless you guys all want to do it and just like talk about it without having watched it, I don't know. It might be possible.
I don't think I would do it because I only watched.
I only watched
the
the first
one.
episode.
Yeah, I only watched one.
Yeah.
It might just be like you guys asking questions like, what happens here? Like, is it worth, it's like us trying to convince you by the end of the episode if it's worth a watch.
I know bits and pieces only because of like shit being posted on Instagram as far as like Wiccan and the Witch's Road and
Yeah.
some of it like maybe because I quite literally didn't watch it. I was just like, I don't know if this is confusing because I haven't watched it or is it just confusing anyways.
No, it's not. It's not a confusing show, I would say. It's kind of straightforward.
I know what's her name is Death, Aubrey Plaza.
That was a twist. That's a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was great. The thing about the
heard she
show, I
was
think
great, actually.
what really carried the show is the cast. Like maybe like with different.
Well, you know, Marvel ain't doing good with writing.
No, I don't think the writing was bad either. Like I don't think it's not going to get a 6 from me. I'll say that right away, but it's not going to get a low score just because. Again, I'll probably end up saying this, that the cast is like, if it was a worse cast, it might have been more boring to watch, but everyone in the cast was great. Like they made the characters really like interesting and like I wanted to watch the next episodes.
Are there any cameos from any Marvel characters that we care about?
Yes.
Wait, you gotta tell me.
There's another character from another cameo from Ralph Boner.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
It's actually a really funny scene. It's actually a really funny scene.
Is
Like,
he Ralph Boner again, or is he like Quicksilver Ralph Boner?
He's Ralph Boner again, but like now he's like his brain is broken because of what happened. So like there's like a scene where someone goes to meet him in an underground parking lot, and it's like he's like really paranoid about it. It's funny. I don't know. Evan Peters pulls it off. It just is like adding to the joke. Like I hated the Boner joke in WandaVision. It was so dumb.
This is one of the worst twists known to man.
Yeah. It's written. It's created by the same showrunner as WandaVision. So if you liked WandaVision, it is like a spinoff / I'm not calling it a second season, but it adds to that for sure. If you liked it, if you didn't like WandaVision, you're definitely not going to like Agatha. I'll say that much.
I liked one.
I liked WandaVision.
Yeah. So
I think
wonder
WandaVision
now
is in the top.
if I were to rewatch it, would I like it as much as when we covered it?
that's a great point. It made us start the podcast. Not made us, but it was our first episode.
It was our first episode, yeah.
Yeah,
Our most listened to episode still.
that's crazy.
Listen to other episodes. You don't need to start from WandaVision.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I tell people when people ask me about the podcast, I'm like, maybe don't listen to like the first few of them.
Yeah. Jump
I
into
said
like
the first
20, 15 maybe.
Yeah, 20. I think 20 is a good starting point.
we have some good early ones, and actually our audio starts to improve around like maybe even 5 or 6. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
we weren't doing bad at first. I just think that after doing so many episodes, we kind of got into a better rhythm, and like I don't know,
We didn't even know who we were.
we were finding ourselves.
We didn't even get the Pesci scale until episode what? Like
14.
14?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we were doing like out of 10 at first.
Out of 10s, like some
Who does out of 10?
schmucks.
Chunks?
Rookie mistake.
Well,
Oh.
are we at the Nexus?
I think so. This is a short and sweet book.
It is a
5
short and sweet
issues.
It's a super quick read too.
Yeah,
But there's
I
like a
agree.
lot that happens.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I agree.
I'm giving it a 6. I have no beefs with this version.
I mean, I'm gonna just like not only. Speaking of which, I do want to say, I've talked about it for years, and I never have. But this year, I'm going to make a TikTok reel of my top 10 comics that came out this year because I don't read enough brand new comics. But of
You said
comics
this on the
that,
last episode.
He said it like 5 times in the last
Yeah,
5
this
episodes.
is maybe you do have CTE.
One time I did break a cast iron skillet on my nog.
Oh yeah, that actually
Jesus.
explains a lot. Plus, you know, when you get into like over 30 car accidents in your life, it definitely takes.
You know what? I'm sorry, Cody. You really had me for like 95% of the episode that you're Crossjack. You're Hodag.
No,
again.
he's Hodag.
Damn it! Oh, that makes me sad. I had to admit I lost you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
So how many Pesci's, Cody? What do you say?
No, this is going to be in my top 10 comics I've read this year for sure.
Fuck yeah. So that's a 6?
Easy money 6.
Nice. Yeah. I gave the first volume a 6, and this one is an easy 6 too, because one of the best comics I've read this year. This is a 2024 comic, so you're there for that, Cody. See, you did read some 2024 comics. So nothing wrong with this comic at all. No flaws. The art, Tim Seeley and Tony Fleecs write and draw. Like they not that they take turns, but they're doing different parts of the comic. You know, they're working together.
Yeah.
And they're both writer artists. So like, I feel like that's pure comics. You know what I'm saying? Like your brain is just on a different level if you're able to write and draw and do it well.
And this is a creative comic.
For sure is.
For sure. Like we talked about, it covers a lot of common tropes. Soup's getting killed by an unknown killer, but like it does all of this stuff through like noir elements. There's superhero elements. There's that one multiverse issue. All of these things, but they're done in such a fun, creative, unique way.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree.
Also, speaking of Soups getting killed, just one thing. Anthony Starr has been nominated for Best Actor for Homelander.
Nice.
Emmy Award, you mean?
Yeah, for the Emmys, yeah.
That's sick. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. It's just cool. Comic book shit never really gets nominated for things like that, you know?
No. When was the last big nomination? Was it
I know. No, it was in the year.
Satan,
I have a question for you.
You have a lot of questions, Trey. Just saying.
Yeah, well, when you get to meet Satan, you have to use that time wisely.
Exactly. You're not here for very long.
Yeah,
You're right. Anthony has a fragile body. Go.
Yeah, you're here for a good time, not a long time.
Just like Heath Ledger. You can see him when he comes to hell.
Why the fuck is Heath Ledger in hell?
Because you did drugs. Drugs are bad. If you do drugs, you're going to hell.
Ooh, that means I'm going to hell.
We knew that.
Of course, Cody. Come on. All 3 of you, you're here. I got the seats waiting. All right, Jake, ask your question.
Is the CEO of United Health in hell right now with you?
Bro, he's right next to me. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, shit.
He's such a baby.
All right, well, are you glad that he's there? Are you happy that the killer killed him?
Am I happy that people died? Of course, I'm Satan. I'm thankful people died.
Nice.
All right, good to know. Thanks, Satan.
Nice.
Peace.
That was scary, guys. I got a glimpse into hell.
Oh, shit. You saw the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah, he did not look happy.
Well, I'll tell you what would have made him happy when he was alive is if he subscribed to our Patreon.
Yeah, you're right. For only $5 a month. You see, we're better than healthcare.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly,
and we'll never
exactly.
deny your claims for giving you dark secrets.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, we need to get back on the smoke sesh.
You're right. Let's do that. 2025. Let's bring it back, boys.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
not only are we going to make America great again, but we're going to make Comics and Chronic great again.
Oh.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.